What's going on, everyone? Thank you for clicking on my video today. My name is Steven Sanchez. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the Las Vegas Valley. I'm with the Graham Group at Simply Vegas, and we help people buy and sell real estate every day. Please consider subscribing as I do video tours every day here in the Las Vegas Valley. Now, with that being said, today we are touring this beautiful townhome, and we're in the southeast end of Henderson. So we're right off of Sunset and Grand Cadence Vista. So this is going to be the neighborhood you're looking at here. Nice and upkept. So the HOA here is going to be $122 a month on this one. And with Cadence, you're going to get a park just up the street here. So if you go this way, it's going to take you out to Sunset. You go Sunset, and that's going to be Cadence Central Park. And I love it because you have a man-made lake. You have a bunch of grass areas. So if you have pets, that's a great spot to take them out. Now it's about maybe a 10-minute walk from here. And you also have a neighborhood pool in that specific area. So I do want to thank Erica Lemus with Simply Vegas for allowing me to host an open house and also tour her listing. Now, this is beautiful here. Now it is an attached home, but I love it because it's very unique. You're gonna have a driveway, a 2-car garage, and then also this one has over 2,100 square feet, which is very rare for a townhome. You're gonna get a loft and a den and a bunch of nice little features in there. Now you also have a backyard in the back. Now it's not the biggest, but you have something back there where you can hang out and make it yours, which is something I love, about these townhomes. So you got enough space between your neighbor here, and you're gonna get a lot of natural light in here. So this one was originally built by Richmond American Homes back in 2023. So it's basically like a brand new home. So you're gonna have your side entrance here. This is where you're gonna bring in the trash bins. Let's just take a quick look here. It's gonna be your entryway. So let's go ahead and head inside. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day whenever you guys are watching this one. So as soon as you walk in here, you're greeted by this nice island here. Now you're gonna have quartz island and then this beautiful open floor plan here. Let's take a look at this. So on the floor, you're gonna have wood-like tile. Now this is about 20 by 5 tile on this. Okay, so let's start here in the living room. As mentioned, you got this nice, beautiful open floor plan. So me personally, I would honestly put my TV on this side, my TV set up here. And then for some reason, the builder had the option to put a Smurf tube right over here on this side, which I don't mind it, but I would keep that there, maybe put a frame TV there just to have pictures up. And then I put my actual TV set up here. So here in the main kitchen area, you're gonna get this beautiful quartz on the island. You got your Whirlpool gas stove, your Whirlpool microwave. It looks like it does exhaust to the exterior. Now with this specific home, it's currently priced at $449,900. Now this is just a bit under what the last one sold for. Back in, was it March, I believe, or June? Yeah, so not too long ago. I'd have to double check for you guys. I totally forgot when it actually sold, but I was looking at the comps, and this one is actually priced at where it should be. It was originally started at $470, and it kept going down and down, which I think this is where the price should be on this one. You're getting a good amount of value as far as your square footage wise. Now, you could get a single story home in this specific neighborhood for around $460, $470, and you're gonna be losing quite a bit of square footage. You're gonna be losing around 500 square feet if you were to go with a single family residence. Now, let me know what you guys think. Would you lose that square footage and end up going with a single family home? Or would you want the extra square footage and just, get with an attached home? Now this one here, you have a tankless water heater. Now this is gonna be the Ream. And I love tankless water heaters because you're gonna have that endless hot water versus like a tank where it runs out of the hot water. You got your soft water loop here. You got your 220 amp as well that they have upgraded to. So you don't have to worry about that if you have an electric vehicle. One thing I'm noticing here is this garage does not feel hot at all. You have that nice insulated garage doors as well. And I love the ceilings on this. This is about maybe 10 feet on the ceilings. So you have a bunch of space. So if you wanted to, you could put all these storage racks up here and still drive your car in without having to worry it's gonna be bumping into the racks. You got your half bath right downstairs. Standard pedestal sink. They upgraded the faucets here and the light fixtures as well. So this could be an office or like a den area, maybe like a gaming room. If you, like my wife would probably, my girlfriend, my wife, I call her my wife, but you could probably have your main living space here. She could be hanging out here and I could be in here just working and have my own setup over here. Now, one thing I would do is I would actually put my espresso machine right over here and my air fryer, because I love using my air fryer. I would just put it right over here just so it's a little bit easier and put away. You got your walk-in pantry. Pretty good sized pantry on this. Now today when I walked in here, you know, I was greeted by this nice cool temperature in here. And I appreciate the listing agent for having it at that temp, because sometimes I walk into these homes and the ACs are just turned off and I have to turn them on. And it takes a long time for it to cool down. This is gonna be your backyard. Now you're not gonna have really that depth on here, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could set up a nice like barbecue grill here, put some pavers. I think you'd have to put some pavers with some turf in between them, like that grid feel. And then you could also put some greenery here, like the next door neighbors. It looks like they have their plants set up. I would honestly do that here as well, and then I would probably do it along here, just to get that privacy as well. Side entrance. So this is gonna be your AC unit. Looks like this one is gonna be Goodman. Pretty good shape on this one. I mean, 2023. So now taxes, you're gonna be looking at $4,494 for the year for taxes on the specific property. I love this. So this would be technically where your dining room would go, right in this section here. And then your living room would be right over here. You could kind of picture it here. I would get a round table. If I were to put a table here, I would just use a kitchen island. But if you were to put a table, you put a table there, and I think a round table would fit best. Now 3 bedrooms, a loft, a den. This is gonna be your loft upstairs. We got 10-foot ceilings on here. So that's an upgrade. Mission stair rails as well. I love that they option in for the Mission stair rails, because if not, you'll probably get a pony wall, which is kind of a drywall texture wall here. And it'll just close it off a little bit more. Washer and dryer. You got your gas hookups. Plenty of space in there. Now those won't convey with the property. You could always try to negotiate. This is the first bedroom upstairs. Now these are pretty good sized bedrooms. It would comfortably fit a queen size bed. And then you could also put a dresser along this wall. And you'll have your walk-in closet on this one. So even for a townhome, one thing I'm noticing is they did jump ducts on this one. So that just means the air is circulating a bit better and you have a little bit more privacy between each room. Because if not, you'd get a transfer grill, which just goes right up here and it's just kind of a hole in the wall with a grill. And you're not gonna get that much privacy. These ones I love because you get that sense of privacy. And that's usually an upgrade with a lot of builders. Now, one thing I wanna note on this one, right? We're coming in at $450, pretty much, right? If you wanted to, you could go down the street. You got Century Homes. You're looking at 2115 floor plan. Now it's gonna have around the same bedrooms, about 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bedrooms. And you could probably get some of these upgrades as far as shaker cabinets, the flooring throughout the first floor, and then carpet upstairs. You'd be around $60,000 more to go with a single family residence just up the street here with Century. And, you know, being $60,000 more, you know, with these builders are offering some lower interest rates. Now this one here, we could possibly get you a very low interest rate, not very low, but, you know, we could negotiate closing costs to where we could buy down your interest rate and make it kind of competitive to what you would typically get with a new home builder. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to be bringing it down to a 4.5% interest rate, 4.875, but we could bring it down, you know, by buying down with the points. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of how that works. So it looks like they did upgrade the counters here to the adult height countertops. Water closet. Shower. I mean, this one's beautiful, ready to move in. All you have to do is bring in your stuff and just move in. So you got subway tile. Now this is gonna be an upgrade as well with the builder. And then they also upgraded this this glass panel here, which looks beautiful. Same tile throughout. We got your walk-in closet here with attic access. Now the zip code here is going to be 89011. And I did want to show you something downstairs. See if my laptop will still turn on. Looks really nice. I love this. Now, Richmond American Homes had their community called Overture, and they're selling around the 400,000s. And you didn't get a driveway. You got less square footage, about 500, maybe 600 less square footage than you do on this one. And you don't get a driveway or a backyard. These ones, you get a small backyard. You know, I'm not saying it's the largest backyard in the world, but, you know, hey, compared to if you're transitioning from apartment living, you know, this is way nicer than just having, you know, not being able to have access to the exterior of your house. So let's take a look here. So where we are at, we're gonna be right around here. So this is Cadence Central Park, and this is gonna be Lake Mead Boulevard. So if you go up, down Sunset, so we're off Sunset here. This is where we're located. I'm not sure if you could see it, my mouse pad here. So we're around here. We're 10 minutes to the park if you walked. Now, if you were to take your car, it takes you out to here. You're gonna have your Smith's Marketplace right up here. You're gonna have the EOS, an emergency room, Starbucks, Dutch Bros, things like that right over here. If you take Lake Mead all the way up, going south, it's gonna give you access to the 215 freeway just from that street, and then you also have access to the 95 freeway to head over to the Las Vegas Strip. So this one is very on the southeast end of the Las Vegas area, but I think you're maybe 20 minutes away from the Las Vegas Strip, from the Harry Reid Airport. Summerlin, you're maybe about 30 to 40 minutes away. But you have a great location here with a lot of great amenities. And Cadence is one of the neighborhoods that I think people are not very tuned to. And I think what I'm gonna do next is actually do a video of Cadence, a drive around, and just kind of show you what the neighborhood looks like, what it would be living here, and go from there. I think that's the next step of the content that I'm gonna make for you guys that are watching and thinking about relocating, or even if you live here and you're not familiar with these areas of town, you know, you have that in your back pocket, and you could always take a look at what you're looking at, specifically in the neighborhoods, and it just makes it easier for you. So I think that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and please consider subscribing, dropping a like, and let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of this home. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.